So
Okay.
what's cool, we were bragging about Portland because one night the Portland Fire sold out the WNBA game. On the
Mhm.
same night in the city of Portland, the Portland Thorns women's soccer team sold out their arena in the
Yeah.
same city.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
Yeah.
women's sports are definitely on the rise as they should be.
Mhm.
But,
Well, especially
unfortunately,
in the
what's that?
Pacific Northwest, women's sports
Yeah.
have always been big.
Yeah.
College, to
Mhm.
professional, like especially with football, like soccer. Always big rivalries. Always great people playing.
Mhm.
Trinity Rodman, got to shout out Trinity Rodman. And you know, I love women's football. I've been
Yeah.
watching, for years. I
Uh,
remember when Randy Carlisle scored the goal to give the United States their first World Cup win over China.
Oh, yeah.
Um, I remember that like it was yesterday. I love women's sports. I do, and I guess that's back then. I wasn't like I hadn't transitioned, and I wasn't thinking about transition, but I was like the one thing that kept on driving me, like you said, like Ludovic kept on insisting, like
Mhm.
in my mind, I was like, why do I feel like I should be a lesbian?
Yeah.
Not,
Mhm.
and not like, all creepy
Yeah.
and skeezy, like I'm a guy and I'm gonna try and get with some
Yeah.
lesbians. No, 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 no. I felt like I was supposed to be a
Mhm.
woman and I was supposed to be with another woman.
Mhm.
And that drove me for years. I searched far and wide on the internet, and
Mm.
I found like a couple instances of male lesbians, and I was like, well,
I
that
agree.
doesn't really sound right for me.
Yeah. And so that ties back to it just a little bit from the movie for me. For one of the most important scenes that I thought was, after being confronted by family, friends, the school, etc., Ludwig decides that he's going to try and perform a little more masculinity,
Man
and uh,
up.
and he watches, some kids, some boys play, and then he comes up with some in the mirror, some maneuvers on how to do that. And and then he goes and finds one of the like girls from his school, and she acknowledges him in some way, and then he performs those masculine maneuvers, walks up to her like he's going to try and kiss her, and then she pushes him down and says, "I don't kiss girls." So it's
Right.
like
He
she
knew.
knew.
He knew. Yeah. She absolutely knew.
Right.
Yeah.
so
Yeah. Uh,
And that's funny. And then we get to the end,
mm,
and Ludovic is at a party in this
mhm.
new neighborhood with
Yeah.
new people.
With all
And
this
there is
fear of
a
not now, I mean, they're in a new neighborhood that's not as nice as where they were living, and he again still has internalized, despite the family reminding him every day, "You're not the reason." It's enough to hear it every day. Thanks. But but even you say it. But anyway, so and so Ludwig is now basically overly policing himself or herself. They're
right,
mask presenting. The hair's been cut, and they are
right,
overly, policing themselves in order to present the way the family feels. She has to, and the way to avoid any potential ramifications. And they get invited to go to a party. It's a
yes,
costume party, right?
yes,
And Ludwig
yes.
shows up as I don't know, what would you say
Like a
Ludwig was, like a pirate? No,
musketeer, a
musketeer. It's
musketeer.
France. It's
Uh,
France. We'll go with that.
yeah,
So and the host of the party, who we understand is a Christine, but Christine appears to be a boy and look and in the way they play.
right.
And
They
Christine
rough
is
out. They,
right. And Christine's mother has put Christine in a tiara and a dress, which Christine appears not to really appreciate very much. And
right.
so she convinces Ludwig, or tries to have them switch costumes. Ludwig is like, no, 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 because Ludwig's terrified of the ramifications of what may happen. And Christine calls a bunch of the other kids over to help them sort of force Ludwig to change into the dress. And
So they,
Ludwig's
yeah,
terrified. Ludwig's
yeah,
terrified. They're out in the yard. They're afraid, terrified to come out in this dress because they know how the family, how their family's going to react, or how her family's going to react. And the mother realizes Ludwig's not around, and now the host Christine is in boy clothes, and she panics and she runs out there, and